You guys, okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different. I have a lot of things that have been changing, a lot of things that have been happening in life, and I just want to do a vlog of where I'm at right now, as well as offering some, I don't know, I just want to have some conversations with you guys, okay? So, long story short, I am in Atlanta right now for 1 whole week on business, and it's amazing. I feel so at home here, and if you know me, you know I like my own space. You know I need my own alone time, and this is just that, and I'm just so grateful. So let me show you the space because I can't take it. So I just can't, I can't. Okay, come with me. You can kind of sneak peek a little bit of the entryway when you first walk in. There's plants. Those are real plants, by the way, those over there. Got a little dim lighting situated. It just looks very peaceful, calming, and warm. I love that. And I am going up the stairs. Oh, shit. I am going upstairs into a beautiful space that just works for me. So this is just a little bit of that. I mean, I'm gonna show you the other way around too, but this is just crazy, okay? Okay guys, so I got out all my laughs and giggles and kicks and dances because I am so happy to be where I'm at right now. Even if it's just for the moment, it feels good to acknowledge when you're just in a good space. You know what I mean? For all of you that don't know, I picked up and moved from my small hometown. And I moved to the big city to pursue an acting career. This was 6 years ago. And here I am now, having been through a lot of ups, a lot of downs, you know, with just being an adult, moving to a big city, moving to somewhere that is so different than what you're used to. I feel like something like this, as simple as this, words cannot explain how I feel. Living in New York, it is so hectic. There's a lot of hustle and bustle. There's a lot that you really can't control. And in my personal experience and my own journey in New York, it's just been really hard to solidify things that make me feel grown up. I love being alone. I love kind of having my own space. And a lot of times as you get older, you kind of just start to feel like, well, geez, am I gonna like roommate forever? And you know, when you don't get along with your roommates, it's so uncomfortable to live. And honestly, I am in Atlanta for 1 week, and I am just so blessed and so grateful to be in a space where I am by myself. Oh, I am by myself. I'm sorry, I just am thinking about it and it's just hitting me. Anyways, I want to have a conversation with you guys today because I kind of I'm trying to get into the vlogging a little bit more. I really think vlogging is so fun to watch, and I want to be more expressive and open and transparent with my life because I do always have something going on. So I want you guys to be able to follow along with me, like see how it is living in New York as an actor. You know, I'm also a real estate agent. I had to get 1,000 different jobs, but you know, I've met really awesome people. I do really dope projects. I do really great things, and I want to take you guys along with me on that journey. That being said, to the actors who are in a big city, whether you're from there and born and raised, or whether you did what I did and moved from somewhere completely different from a big city and now you're here trying to figure it out. I have some tips, some advice, whether you want to take it or not. I've been doing it for 6 years, and I'm in a completely different place now than I was then, and I'll be in a completely different place in the future than where I am now. So in this episode, I am going to really talk about how I got started in this acting career, what made me want to be an actor, you know, how I got into this, basically, in case you are someone out there who is also wondering how to get into acting. I used to really want to be a singer. I had an amazing voice, you know, pre-puberty, during puberty. I was kind of like really into music. I liked that kind of thing. I really never had anything specific that I wanted to do. Like when I was little, I wanted to be an ice skater. I did figure skating. I know how to do that. I moved into singing. I really loved that. It was something I was good at. It was something that got a rise out of people, I guess. Acting was never something I thought to do professionally until it was a girls' summer camp. I was a camp counselor, and we did a talent show, and everyone had to be involved, campers and counselors. And this woman, she was phenomenal. She was such a talented singer. She played the piano. She was an actress. She was great. Anyways, she came in and gave us like acting courses, you know, taught us kind of how to put on a performance and put on a theater show. So I kind of like just did it for fun, didn't really think too much of it. I was enjoying my summer, and we all got handed monologues. A monologue, if you don't know, is a long excerpt out of a play, most likely, and you perform it. It's a one-person performance, essentially. So I had this big monologue. It was this intense monologue. My character was Maya, and I was like a teenager who got beat up by my boyfriend. It was almost like the show was just really good with the monologues that she selected for all of us. I thought that, like, you know, I'd read it a couple times. It was a good little story, a little situation that I thought was dramatic enough to keep people interested. So I thought I'd remember the lines. I didn't study my lines. Sure enough, talent show day came. Everybody was doing great. I mean, people who didn't even know how to act remembered their lines. They showed up in character, and it was just an amazing performance up until my turn. I also should say that this performance, the way it was created, there was like multiple monologues. There were multiple female monologues, and then there were songs throughout. So I had some solos, like, you know, I did some singing, and it was great, right? Performance is going great. The whole showcase is going great. I did a couple songs. You know, everyone did their monologues. My turn comes up. I was toward the end of the whole showcase. I went on that stage, and I just remember sitting there. I maybe had like the first 5 words, and I forgot everything. I forgot who I was, what I was supposed to say, what the story was about. And it was such a good monologue that had I known it, it would have just been an amazing performance. But I wasn't disciplined enough to learn my lines, to study them, and to do a good job performing my part, you know? Long story short, I froze. They ended up closing the curtain on me because I just was sitting there like this, like, kid you not. And that was so embarrassing for me, not only because I felt like I let myself down, I felt like I let my group down the entire showcase because I was the least prepared. And although, you know, we did the songs and stuff and those were good, I just felt from then on, acting was something for me that became like something that I knew would make me more disciplined. acting has ever since that day been an interest of mine. So as time went on, I got more interested. I started being a part of more theater plays. I used to like to do musicals. I would perform at my local repertory theater. So I liked doing shows that had music and acting because music was my comfort zone. And I just really started to love it. After I think we did The Little Shop of Horrors, and I was Crystal, one of the doo-wop girls. And I started doing like, you know, smaller lines or smaller roles just to make sure I didn't like never forget my lines on stage. But what I liked about theater was it was a challenge for me. It was something that I had to get disciplined on. It was something I had to work with others to achieve. And at the end of every showcase that I ever did, I would feel so proud of myself. This feeling would just wash over me like it's an accomplishment. You know, it's not even people coming up and saying, oh, wow, you did such a good job, let's take a picture. It was more like I was proud of myself. I made myself proud. So for those reasons, I really started to enjoy acting. I hope this isn't too long or boring. But ever since then, I've been into acting. When I moved to college, I was undecided in my career because acting was something that, you know, I didn't know how to really do professionally. I didn't know if it was like singing or any other art field where, you know, sometimes you just get lucky or sometimes you just meet the right person. You know, I didn't really know if acting, and this is when I was in college, I didn't know if acting was really something achievable. And I didn't know if it was something I personally could achieve. So I struggled a lot with that. And I was undecided for a year of college, the most expensive year of college. And I learned a lot of lessons through it all. I love that sense of accomplishment when it comes to completing a project. I really do acting because it gives me drive. It gives me purpose. There's something about that career that will always fuel me. It will always challenge me. And I will, if I'm gonna always be true to myself, I will always be determined to get farther ahead in the career. That being said, I moved to New York originally to finish out college. I ended up staying in New York to book roles and book work and meet people and network. And like we all have plans that are not God's plan, my plans have changed and they have fallen into more of a fluid place, you know? And I'm okay with that right now. So that is a little bit of my story of how I got into acting. Tips for new actors. I am going to be vlogging almost every day that I am here in Atlanta. I just like saying that. And I am going to start with some tips, basic tips for beginners. Okay guys, so some tips for new actors. Let's start off with the bare bones, basic. I don't even have notes, so this is just coming straight off the dome. Respect yourself and love yourself no matter what. I think this is something that anyone, no matter what stage in life you're in, but especially no matter what stage in your acting career you are in, this is something to know and understand throughout. I haven't always followed my own rules, but I will say that is going to be your saving grace when it comes to roles you may be offered, payouts they may offer you, or a project may offer you. Just paying attention to how people move. Always love yourself and respect yourself. Have your standard and do not fall under it, no matter what. Now, that being said, as a beginner actor, if you are brand new to acting, if you have no idea how to get started, if you've always loved acting and wanted to just get involved, it's a lot easier said than done. Get the ideas out of your head of, you know, where you see yourself at this point, or like, you know, what show you see yourself on. Get training. As an actor, there is nothing your fellow actors appreciate more than a trained actor. Now, depending on where you live, this can look different. And nowadays, there's so many virtual workshops and education out there. You can even go on YouTube. I will actually leave some of my favorite YouTubers that talk about acting or teach acting. I actually will save certain people for another video because I believe business and marketing acting is different than the talent and education aspect of acting. But I will leave some videos down below that have helped me that are also helpful tips for actors looking to get started. You know, I probably should have wrote notes because I hope that this isn't going to be all over the place. Get involved. You want to go to every college in your area and check out their theater program and ask them if they are hiring talent. You have to start realizing that you will work for free in the beginning because you want to get experience. In order to get experience, you have to get cast in other people's projects. If you know anyone who's a great writer, a great poet, someone who takes great Instagram pictures, encourage these people, work with these people, collaborate with these people to maybe make a little short video. You know, so many people nowadays are making their own content and you'd be surprised what you could come up with and what you could deliver. So that is my best basic advice for getting involved as an actor. You want to get some training. You want to start working for free and start collaborating with others. And you want to love yourself and respect yourself no matter what. Is that all I have for today? No. Let's say you have a couple of, you know, student projects you've worked on. You know, maybe you got paid $50 for one. Good for you, because that's a lot compared to what I was getting in the very, very beginning. You also want to start reading books. You want to start reading acting books. I am definitely going to leave a link to some of my favorite beginner actor books. There are acting books that help you remember lines. There are acting books that talk about basics of auditioning. There is acting books that talk about just the basic characteristics of an actor, things that everyone, no matter what form you practice, no matter what style you are of an actor, there are basics that everyone needs to follow or understand. So I'll leave some book recommendations below if that'll be helpful. After you get those things situated, you definitely want to get a headshot. Everyone has had their first headshot. It may not be perfect. You may look like a superstar from the beginning. But you want to get yourself some headshots. You want to get yourself a resume if you can. If your resume doesn't have any work credits, show the training that you are getting. Show the training that you are learning. Even if you have to put a couple books up there that you read, you know what I mean? As an actor, you learn to kind of like finagle things to work in your favor. So I recommend getting a headshot, getting a resume, but more importantly, and before you even think of doing that, get yourself involved. Those are my basic tips for being an actor. If you guys like this video, like this type of content, like me as a person and want to see more about my life and my career, keep up with me on Instagram. You can also follow me on, what am I talking about? You can follow me on Instagram if you want, but you can keep watching and subscribe to my YouTube channel because I am planning on doing more vlogging, doing more career-based acting like videos, maybe showing you guys a couple things that I'm learning along the way as well, and going from there and just seeing where it goes. So I shall talk to you guys later. Have a great day. Bye, guys.